Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Jennifer and Meredith.
Hey!
Today we were talking about when we grew up.
Yeah.
And we were both born in the late 70s. We're not telling you how old we are. We're born in the late 70s. So we grew up in the 80s and 90s.
Yes.
And I love all things 80.
I'm a huge fan.
That was such a great decade.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Looking back, I appreciate so much more from the 80s.
Simple times.
Yes, it was so wonderful.
Yeah. I love technology today, I'm not going to lie. But back then it was simple times and it was still great. And for me, a lot of the best movies came out in the 80s. Now, it may have been because, I was raised in that age. I was young and everything. But,
right.
I mean, John Hughes films, hello. They were all fantastic. So
yes. The Brat Pack.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
Come on.
To this day, I'd love to see them back together.
I watched
again.
them all. My favorite movie is The Breakfast Club.
Oh, I love it.
Of all times, that's one of my favorite movies.
Well, and I love Breakfast Club. I love all of John Hughes movies, and I just love the 80s. Like, all the characters, the comedy then, it was just great, So when I was actually taking Jennifer, kind of look into my husband's playroom, if you will, his man cave, which happens to be like a video game playroom, she discovered how he is, too, a huge 80s fan.
Yes.
He has a lot of 80s stuff. So what we're showing you today is actually my husband's stuff, but we love it too.
Yes.
And as we were walking through, that's when we were like, hey, actually, that would be great to talk to a lot of our viewers about too, is like, really, we all relate to this great stuff. I mean, even today, a lot of it's timeless. I mean, not all of it.
And we want to know too, what are your favorite things from the 80s?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because, we grew up, in Texas in the 80s. Every region's different. So if you had huge things that were important to you, please share it with us because we'd love to find out about it. And something tells me that, we have a lot of common things.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so what are some of the things that you loved when you saw my husband's 80s collection, Jennifer?
So, first of all, kids... This is a cassette tape.
Is it open? Can you open it? I know. You got to show them.
Is a cassette tape. This one happens to be The Cure, which is a great band.
Very good.
In Excess, great band as well.
Very good.
Anyway, so these were before MP3s.
Oh yeah, and
these were before CDs.
Didn't we put them in these?
We did. Isn't this fabulous?
Eek! And he has a couple of them, but this is one of his, I guess what you would call best ones that he'd want to show. So this is what I call a boom box or a jam box, right?
Yes.
So this is the jam box of the house. And this is what, for all those kiddos out there, you put the cassette in, pop, bam, everything. And like my husband pointed out, that you would actually, if you're really fancy, high-end, which we didn't have it then, we don't have it now, but the double-decker ones, those were really fancy. And apparently right now, if you go on Amazon, what were you saying, how much?
They're about $150.
$150!
Can you believe that?
Woo! So anyway, that's what the cassettes go in.
Yes.
But this is also just a plus. I mean, it was so cool. Antenna. And yeah, there are variations. People put them on the shoulders. I'm sure you could see that.
Yes.
Looking. Is that funny for you?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right,
just
keep
Google
going.
it.
Yeah,
Google it. Okay. These are VHS tapes. You had to have a VCR to watch these. You know what, kids? These were before Blu-ray.
Oh, yeah.
These were before DVD players. This is what we used to watch.
And it's hard to find VHS players that you can trust. Like, you could probably get some at a garage sale or something, but you don't know.
VCRs.
What did I call them?
VHS player. It's a VCR.
Oh, VCR. That's what it's sorry. All right, so at a garage sale, if you got one, it'd be like, you don't know what you're getting there. You don't know if you'd get a tape back or whatever. So, yes, they were pretty awesome. And you liked a lot of them off his collection, right?
I did. I was so excited. When I was looking over his collection, I discovered Star Wars. Okay, before anybody blows us up, the original Star Wars came out in 1977.
True.
We understand that. However, The Empire Strikes Back, this came out in 1980. Return of the Jedi, 1983. great movies. I love Star Wars. I have seen every installment of Star Wars. Every installment.
That just blows my mind.
Love them.
Oh, like many generations out there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, no. The reason I picked out, because my husband does have a small library of VHS, which he like goes out and seek, and he loves finding new stuff and anything quirky. But these are one of my favorites because this is Clue. And growing up, like I said, the variety of movies and the things that, of course, now it's a lot more common. It would seem more slapstick. But I love this movie. Love it. And I love the game. Growing up especially. And so I think it's really great. So if you haven't seen Clue, of course it's on VHS too. And
you may be able to find a digital copy.
I was going to say CD, VHS. It's on CD too, on HBO, all kinds of channels. It's classic.
Yes.
One you have to watch in your lifetime. So definitely check it out.
Look, it's really terrible because that's the way movies were created back in the 80s. They were not great.
I know, but it just makes me nostalgic.
But it is a great movie.
And the music, like, I love it all. I love it. So definitely check that out. That's one of my favorites.
Meet the real life Professor Plum.
Oh, that
right there.
Yes. Well, and plus, what's his name? He was so good. He was also in. Oh, boo.
I don't know who played Professor Plum.
Oh, and I can't. Of course, my eyes are failing me. But you know the guy that also did Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins. No.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
What is his name?
Tim Curry. It's on here.
Tim Curry. There you go.
Job.
There you go.
Who's Tim Robbins?
Tim Robbins. Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
He was married to the Susan
Sarandon.
Gosh, you're good. We're gonna do a question or a guess, little question guess.
Oh, information full of it.
Perfect. If you need someone for your How to Win a Millionaire, or if you were doing something for, I don't know, crossword puzzle, this is the girl to go to. So yes, Tim Curry. He's a fantastic actor, so got to see this one, Clue, if you haven't already. Yes. All right, so
Rocky Horror Picture Show, that was from the 80s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sure was.
It was a little psychedelic to me, but I liked it.
Apparently they're remaking it. I don't know how I feel about that.
Again?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Curious. Okay, if you know anything about it, please leave it in the comments because we'd love to look it up. I'm super curious about what they're going to do, how they're going to spin it, how they're going to freshen it up. Yes. If they are, or if they're just doing a remake to, revive, I don't know, whatever it is. Right. Okay, so that was just some of the VHS stuff. But also, and this goes back, this is kind of the sister of the boombox. We got a little Walkman here, and this was like revolutionary back in the day.
Also used for a cassette tape. Put the cassette inside.
And it was just so great because you were mobile. Like, this was the first, like, mobile music, if you will. Yes. And it was pretty cool. Kind of heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love how it has a belt thing on the back.
It probably has, like, 8 batteries in it.
Oh, yeah. It does require a lot of batteries. But what I love is this little belt loop in the back. Yeah. And this was Sony, so this was fancy. This was high end. It's a little scratched off, but...
Put your little headphones on. We didn't have earbuds back then. It was the headphones on the outside of the ear.
Which I'm still a fan of those, frankly. Because I don't know if I have, like, misshaped ears or what, but the buds aren't smooth.
Yes!
Mm-hmm. Yes! Okay, so anyway, so those were a big thing. And this is a high-end version, but if you were near the 80s, go to garage sales. You'll see a lot of them. They're treasured if you find good ones. Let us know where you can find a good stash because Christmas will be coming anytime now, and I got to get another one for my husband.
That's right.
All right, so something else that he picked out and he wanted us to show.
Yes.
The Sega Genesis.
Game system.
Super popular.
Yes.
And a lot of the gamers out there will probably have played on these. I'm a fan of Nintendo.
Nintendo. You and I started on?
What?
Atari.
Really?
Atari. Yes.
You can find the ones now, but I'm sure they're kind of like,
They're just the ones that just plug into the TV and...
It's all in one. It's not the authentic.
We had a console like this.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So then you went to Nintendo, like Nintendo's number 2 or what? Atari's number 1 in your book forever? Amen or what?
Probably.
Really? Okay. It's going to be like that. Okay.
It's so classic. So classic.
See, and I think the Nintendos are classic. So, frankly, I didn't really play on the Sega Genesis a lot. So,
no.
Let me know what your favorite, 3 games were from Sega Genesis so we can find that out because I'm sure my husband would be able to tell me his opinion. But I'd love to hear yours, so please tell us. What about you? Any other 80s things you love?
Music.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
80s music.
Okay, some of your favorite artists?
Madonna.
Yes! She was great.
1980s Madonna, get out of town.
She was wonderful. I mean, mind-blowing back then. And I mean, she still does things today that definitely, she tries to blow our mind, but so much has happened with everybody and all these artists over time said it. But she was one of the first shockers.
She was just, she's good now.
Oh, yeah.
But she was fabulous.
I heard she was even in
the
concert
80s.
like last week.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Still touring. It's like Cher, you know?
Oh, forever. Yeah.
The world will end, and the only thing that will be left will be cockroaches and Cher and Madonna.
Ooh, that'd be a nice. I wonder if Cher and Madonna got together, what the dynamic would be. Would they get along?
Can you imagine?
Would they not?
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Madonna?
Would they get along?
What are your thoughts on Cher? What are your thoughts on the 80s? Let us know.
Ooh. Oh, Cher's videos in the 80s. Those were wild, too. Remember she used to wear kind of the see-through V-neck bodysuits?
Yes. If I could turn back time.
Oh, I love that. I love that song. I use that phrase at least like once a month or something. I mean, I would totally love Cher.
Yes.
And I loved, and I've talked about this with Jennifer before, I loved roller skating. And I don't have, because I sold my roller skate, because I was one of those. I had speed skates. I wasn't on this team, but I had some hog wheels. They were pink. They were great. I love speed skating. Or skating. I wasn't a speed skater per se, but I was a wannabe. And I loved it. So, did you like it? Were you a fan?
I was an okay fan of skating. I did not have speed skates. I had the white boot-looking skate with pink wheels and pink laces.
Oh, so you were kind of the fancy.
Yeah.
That's nice though. I mean, because you didn't get rentals like my brother got rentals. So it really ticked me off, and he would still beat my butt like around the rink every time we went. We went a lot, so
we didn't get to go to the skating rink a whole lot back then.
But
I skated on my front porch because we had a big porch, so I skated around on the porch.
Oh, that must have been. Well, see, it sucked for me because trying to skate in the street is like
yes. I skated on the front porch, and I thought I was like the best skater ever.
Well, I probably would have thought that too if I didn't have my brother next to me. But I know I love. Well, and that's how with skateboarding. Actually, that's how my short life in skateboarding happened. And where's that skateboard you want me to show? Oh, okay.
They always have to be reminded.
I know. So I tried skateboarding. My brother did it. I was like, I could do it. Then I got on it, and it was like I totally felt like I was vulnerable. Like at 7 years old, I'm vulnerable, but I felt like I was gonna fall and eat it every time I got on there, and it felt weird.
You probably would have.
Well, yeah,
I would have.
This is the one he wants us to show. I asked him.
This is amazing. Is it?
Yeah. Ooh, better.
And she's gonna tear it up.
Vision. Ooh, that's. Can you give me a pretty one, honey?
This is awesome. She has no idea
Look at
what
the shape. It's awesome.
She has no idea what's up.
A pretty one. My husband is a huge 80s fan, like we mentioned, and he loves to skateboard. He's a huge skateboarder to this day. So he's got a large collection, right, of boards.
He does.
And
I was amazed.
so when we went in there, we got inspired about sharing our thoughts about the 80s because we love the 80s, and I know there's a lot of viewers out there that love them too. So we wanted your thoughts on them. But when I asked him, I said, "Can you bring me your best 80s board, or what you think would be like the best 80s board?" And he brought me the zombie looking one. So hopefully, when he goes back there, he can get something what I call a little pretty. It did. It was like a. No? Okay.
He had like the swirly eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And it did have a really cool shape.
It did have a cool shape. Now he's bringing something else, ladies and gentlemen. Schmidt sticks.
Schmidt sticks.
Okay. Where'd you get this one from?
A skate shop.
A skate shop, people. You got it
It's
from
a reissue. It's not an original.
It's a reissue. It is not an original.
He's trying very hard to not be heard.
Yeah. He does not want to be on camera. Thank you, baby. So, skateboarding was really big. I wasn't able to really partake in it, but, I learned from this guy But I did love Gleam in the Cube. Do you remember that one? Oh, with
No.
what? Oh, what's his name? Gleam in the Cube. Nothing. Gleam in the Cube. What's his name?
Who? Christian Slater?
Christian Slater. He was such a hottie to me back then. Let me take that back. Christian Slater. He was so cute to me. And then I saw him in Heathers, and I was a little freaked out. Did you see Heathers?
Of course I did. Who didn't see
It
Heathers
was
from the 80s?
And they tried to say it was a comedy. It wasn't a comedy. Scary. That I guess that's before dark comedy came out. The term, the label. So they just called it comedy, and it was not comedy. I'll tell you that. So anyway,
Meredith is very easily frightened.
I don't want to pay to be frightened. Call me crazy. I don't think it's fun. No, never have. And you know what? It actually.
House this year.
No, we're not.
We are.
No, there's no haunted houses going on right now.
I said this year. I didn't say this month. We are close to Halloween. We're going.
We'll talk about it later. That's another time. I don't like being scared, people. But of the 80s movies, you love the Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love the funny, true funny, but a lot of the like John Hughes and other comedies out there. I mean, I even remember. Do you remember What's Up, Doc? Haven't seen it in so long, but it was a hilarious movie back then. It was like a Superman, or not Superman, but Airplane, like a variation of that.
Yeah, I didn't like this
Maybe that was late
stupid
70s.
humor.
Well, I love stupid humor. I'm like the cheese ball, and you're the scary one.
I love scary movies.
But anyway, that being all said, so we love the 80s. We want to hear your thoughts.
Yes.
What is the best electronic that came out of then? What is your favorite band? What is your favorite movie? You got to tell us, because I would love to hear, and I know I don't know all of them. Don't you want to know more? Cause
I do.
I bet we could find it. If not, I'll send my husband on the hunt for it.
Tell me your favorite hair band.
Ooh, I love
Tell
the
me your
big
favorite
hair.
band.
That would be great.
Bon Jovi.
Ooh, really? He's still up and going, too. His hair's not big anymore, though, is it? He's got a little bit.
Yeah.
Little.
Let us know.
Okay, yes, let us know. All right, so we will catch you soon. Thank you so much. And remember, leave us your thoughts. We want to know in the comments.
Bye.
Bye.